Hello, my little Ems and Ems. So, today's video is gonna be a whole huge frackin' rant today. Because okay, first to start off this whole thing, I don't want you to get the wrong impression of me that I am this big complainer, because I really don't complain. But people can be quite the shitty amount of shit, of all the shit on the earth sometimes, that just gets me sometimes. So, I'm just gonna first not touch base. I want to start off with my stay at the Baymont Inn and Suites in Provo, Utah. Okay, so last night was Valentine's Day. Me and my husband, we went there to have, a romantic evening, whatever, whatnot. And when we got there, it was fine. Like, the check-in was fine, everything was fine. But we get to our freaking room, in room 216, and we freaking smell smoke, like, all in the freaking room. And it smells like marijuana smoke. Okay, so I really don't care about marijuana smoking, but they have this huge do not smoke policy in their, their hotel policy. So we kind of ignored it, whatever. And so we had a room that had a balcony on it. So my husband goes out to check it out, just to see the view, see what it looks like out there. And there was a freaking homemade meth pipe on the freaking balcony. So I was like, hell no. I am not going to be freaking blamed for what somebody else did. So we freaking tried to call down to the main office. Didn't get an answer, which, it's besides the point. I don't care that we didn't get a response or whatever. But we went down to the main office, to go let the person who was there be aware, that this is what happened. This is what we found in our room. And I was expecting for him to have kind of a big freaking reaction because we found a meth pipe in a freaking hotel room. That's kind of a freaking big deal. And I wish I would have taken pictures, but I didn't. But my husband is my witness. And so this guy comes upstairs and he literally just acted like it was nothing. He just acted like it was no big deal. And then he's the one. He points out that there was ash on the freaking balcony and all this stuff. And he just acts like it was nothing. So, he was like, he didn't even really like say anything. He was just like, there's ash right there. And then he was like, stands there for a few seconds and he's like, okay, I'm sorry if I'm stuttering, but when I get freaking like frustrated, flustered, I start to stutter. That's just me. And, okay. So he just kind of stands there for a few seconds and he's like, well, do you guys want another room? Like, no shit, like, we want a freaking different room. Like, we don't want to be where a meth pipe has been. Of course we want a different room. And so we literally, me and my husband were really kind of hesitant to stay. But, like, we really just didn't care. We were just like, okay, whatever. Let's just get into a new room. We'll check it out. Make sure there's no meth pipes in here. Oh my gosh. So we freaking get into the other room and it's fine. Everything was fine in the other room. There was no problems, whatever. And the overall, like, atmosphere in, like, the hotel is fine. But it was this guy in particular and how it all started was, like, the whole going into the room was what got us. So, whatever. We go on with our night. It continues on, and it's fine. We had a good night for, like, the majority of it. And so then it gets to about 10:45. And so their pool is open till 12 a.m., which I love about Baymont. We stayed there once previously. Like the night when we had gotten married, we had stayed there that night and we went to the pool at about like 10:30 and we were like, oh, we're gonna probably have to get out soon because it probably closes like at 11, and come to find out it's open till midnight. So we loved that about it. So we go down to the pool about like 10:45, whatever, and we're like swimming in there having fun, or like in like the hot, well, not really swimming and having fun, we were like in the hot tub like chilling out. And this guy, the same freaking guy that has been there for now, probably, we checked in about 5, and now it's about 10:45. He'd been there for whatever the amount of time, so about like 6 or 7 hours at that point. And he literally tries to tell us that all of us have to be out of the pool by 11 p.m., that it closes at 11 p.m. So it says on the website and at the very front of the desk that you have to check out, or no, that you have to be out of the pool by 12 a.m. I don't know if I said p.m. I meant to say 12 a.m. I'm so sorry, guys. Just, it's 12 a.m. was when it closes. I probably said p.m., but I meant a.m. So he so he just tells us that we have to be out by 11 p.m. And we all just kind of were like, okay. And then he leaves, and then some lady was like, not to be a bitch or anything, but it says on the website and when you check in that it closes at 12 a.m. So if the hours have changed, they need to freaking they need to update that. So whatever, we get out of the pool at 11:15 because we didn't want to leave the pool at 11 a.m. because we felt like that was ridiculous. And so me and my husband start talking. We're thinking about leaving at this point because just with how this guy has been, who was at the front desk, he was just very weird. I don't know. Anyway, so we go back up to our room, and I was going to take a shower just to calm down, to see if, I could just calm down and relax and maybe just take a breath. Maybe I was just being a little over dramatic about it. There was literally zero hot water. The water was freezing cold. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so freaking ridiculous. So we literally, we tried to stay there for a little bit longer. We just tried to go to sleep. It didn't work. 2 a.m. rolls around. We were like, okay, we're getting out of there. And okay, so I wanted to attempt to get a refund. It's not that I was demanding a refund at all. I just was trying to see if I could get a partial refund. The same guy who has been there the whole time at the main office is still there. Freaking 10 or 12 hours later, he is still there from 5 to 2 a.m. I am like, the fuck is going on, Baymont? And I get the people, they work 12-hour shifts. But this guy is just a whole amount of sketch to me. I don't know. So he's like, there's really nothing I can do. You're just going to have to talk to the manager. And so I was like, okay, well, when does your manager come in? And he freaking says from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m., which I call bullshit on those kind of hours. So I just tried to let it go today. I seriously was just going to try to let it go, but it was just festering at me. I was like, no, I want to at least tell somebody that I feel like will give a shit about, what was going on. So I freaking called down just a few minutes ago. Literally, I had just gone off the phone. I had just gone off the phone after I made this video. And I talked to this girl. She tells me that he lied about the pool being open only until 11 p.m. She tells me this. So he lied about that. She was very apologetic about the meth pipe. And I told her, I was like, I get that it's not your guys' fault why the meth pipe was there, but I felt like it needed to be addressed a little bit further. Needless to say, I didn't get a refund, which I really don't care about. It's not the money I cared about in the first place. Sorry, guys, I have a tickle in my throat. But, it's the way that this guy literally presented himself about it and was just kind of nonchalant, it's fine. It's whatever. I work in customer service for a leasing center, and you just cannot be very I don't know, you can be calm, but you need to address those kind of situations. It's not normal to be finding meth pipes in freaking hotels. I don't stay at the Motel 6 for that very reason, because, or I don't stay, well, okay, I get that a lot of Motel 6s, they are not like that. I get that's kind of something that people put on them, but still, it's I don't know. It's just, I'm very careful when I research about motels and stuff like that, because I don't like that kind of stuff, And I didn't see any bad reviews, but I get it was probably just a fluke, once in a blue moon type of thing. I have no idea. But it was just BS. And my husband and me make a joke. We were like, this is Baymont Inn, where we allow meth heads and anyone else, but oh hell no, if you stay in the pool past 11 p.m., I'm coming for you. Watch yourself. But I don't know. It was just so ridiculous. And oh yeah, and when I called just barely, the manager was there. I call him as BS. So needless to say, I'm going to be reporting this man. I have already made a bad review about Baymont Inn. But just be cautious when you stay there. Make sure to check your room. Make sure to check everything. Because you do not want that stuff falling on you. Gotta check yourself so you don't wreck yourself. See you later.